Jobs created in the last 5 years on average pay 23% less than they did before the recession. And while many people in lower income brackets are working for less, those in the upper class are seeing their wealth increase. In Indiana, the picture is similar. While a few cities are bucking the trend, the majority have seen a large increase in the wage gap. Gretchen Frazee reports on the economic factors playing into that and what the future holds for working class Hoosiers.
Local economies, where these come from.
Dane Straley worked as an electrician in Terre Haute for 26 years before becoming the business manager for the local electrical workers union. Over the years, he's seen and experienced the ebbs and flows of the market. Some years, there's more work to be done, and the pay is better. But he says in recent years, the average salary has dropped dramatically.
Approximately 45% of the wages, household wages in Bloomington and Terre Haute area are less than $35,000 a year. That's just drastic to the local economies. You know, that won't support the local economies. That's barely above poverty level.
In fact, numbers from a U.S. Conference of Mayors report released this week show there are twice as many families in Terre Haute earning less than $35,000 a year than earning more than $75,000. That ratio is worse than just about every other metro area in Indiana. Indiana Business Research Center Director Jerry Conover says one of the reasons is Terre Haute isn't the home of many business headquarters.
When you have a headquarters operation, you tend to have more of the high-level executive and professional jobs based there, as well as things like research and development, design, those kinds of jobs that pay really well and drive up wages for manufacturing firms.
But he says the changing face of manufacturing is the main problem throughout the state.
A lot of manufacturers look for ways to reduce the cost of production by streamlining processes. They can do things as simple as reorganizing the layout of the production floor to reduce the distance to go from step A to step B to step C. When they do these kinds of things, not to mention using more efficient equipment, they don't need as many workers to get the same amount of volume out the door.
Those jobs that are available require specialized training that many workers don't have. And Straley says as the middle class shrinks, there's a ripple effect.
People making a low wage are barely feeding their kids. They're not going to the movie theaters. They're not going out to support the restaurants. They're not buying automobiles. Where somebody making a fair wage is doing all these things.
Some good news for Terre Haute, though, is that the wage gap has remained relatively consistent compared to many of Indiana's other cities, including Evansville, Indianapolis, and Kokomo, that have seen their wage gaps significantly increase in the last decade. Straley argues the way to solve the problem is to force employers to pay higher wages instead of lining their own pockets.
5 rich owners don't support the economy. It's the 2,000 people working for them that support the economy, and if you pay them a fair wage, it's going to happen.
But Terre Haute Mayor Duke Bennett says it's more complicated than that. He says Indiana needs to diversify, let go of its traditional manufacturing past, and look to future high-tech jobs.
It seems as though as we lose the bigger, the old union jobs, the automobile industry, the heavy manufacturing, the steel industry, well, those are the ones that were kind of always there. We always counted on those jobs, so that brought that median salary up. We've really got to focus our efforts on bringing more and more of those really good paying jobs, whether they're in high-tech kind of industry, pharmaceutical kind of things, the biotechnology, wherever those might be. We've got to kind of rebuild that upper end with more jobs there so we can pull that whole salary and wages back up.
Governor Mike Pence has been a strong proponent of lowering corporate taxes. Earlier this year, for example, he championed bills reducing the state's business personal property tax, a levy on business equipment. And while Indiana is regularly ranked among the states with the best business climates, Conover says state and local leaders also need to make sure they're doing what they can to make their cities livable.
If the taxes and other business considerations are at least favorable, then all else being equal, a place that has more attractive amenities like parks and sports facilities and cultural things going on is going to be more appealing to locate in than some place that's just kind of a dusty old rundown city.
Conover admits that takes time, and in the meantime, Mayor Bennett says he thinks he can speak for most mayors when he says a low-paying job is still a job.
When we look at economic development and bringing jobs to the community, we'll take any kind of a job. I mean, I think anybody would be silly to say, no, we don't want that kind of job because it doesn't pay enough. We want opportunities for people.
As we mentioned, most cities in Indiana are seeing income inequality increase. But there is one city that is bucking the trend. Columbus, Indiana's wage gap shrunk by 14% from 2005 to 2012. Economists attribute that to high-salaried manufacturing jobs that largely revolve around the engine manufacturer Cummins, as well as other parts supplies.